And Jesus answering said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Which now of these three thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, go, and do thou likewise.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
How long since your last confession, child?
Two months.
You haven't been coming to Bible study.
I know. I'm sorry. That's the reason that I'm here.
There was a time, Sarah, when you were younger, that you were excited to come to church.
Sometimes things change, Father.
Yes, they do. Tell me your troubles.
My father went missing 5 weeks ago.
Missing?
He didn't call the police for 3 days. I figured he left town again. He usually tells me first, though.
Sarah, is your father okay?
He's dead.
Sarah, how do you know
A man came to me. Said he knew it was happening to me. He told me that I didn't have to live my life this way. He said he found me. That he has a gift of seeing when people are in pain. He could see straight through me, into my soul.
Who was this man?
He never told me his name. It was a week ago that he first contacted me. He told me that he'd taken my father and where to meet him to find the answers I'd been looking for. We met in a place I'd never been before. Looked like it had been years since anyone had been there. He was there.
Why didn't you go to the police?
I don't know. Somehow I knew something awful happened to Dad, and I was curious. He explained that he followed me home for weeks, trying to learn why I always cried when no one else was around. I had enough bruises to make it pretty clear, but he said he had to be sure. One day after Dad had gone to sleep, I went to the hospital to get patched up. That's when he took him. He took him back to the warehouse.
Why did he bring her there?
To punish him. The man had been torturing him for weeks. He finally knew what it was like to be in pain. He told me that after what he'd been through, I could count on things changing at home. He'd never hurt me again. But if I wanted him to die, he would do it for me.
Sarah, what did you do?
I told him everything. Everything I was afraid to tell him before. Told him how he ruined my life before it ever even started. It's not possible, Father, to describe to you what he did to me. Things I thought I deserved because Mom left. The doctor says I'll probably never be able to carry a baby, Father. I came to this church and prayed every week, but no salvation came. God didn't help me. This man was my only hope. He asked me what my decision was. Kill him. And I knew it was over. I'm not afraid to go home anymore. I'm not afraid to go to sleep. He saved me.
Is this man trying to contact you again?
He called me yesterday.
Sarah, you have to go to the police. What this man did was not legal. Not only in the laws of man, but in the laws of God.
He told me if anyone had ever treated me the way my father had, he would help. So I told him something I'd never told anyone before.
Which was?
I told him what you did to me.